Alrighty, so we're back with video 3 of 3. We're in round 7. We're going to work into the exposed back loops because our big petals were front loop only. And we're just going to do 30 double crochets all the way around because we should have 30 stitches available. So chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. And what we had done here was there was a slip stitch. We skipped 1, 2, and worked into the third. So we should have 2 stitches before getting to that petal. So you want to identify those. So here's one. Oh, my yarn over dropped. There we go. Two. And 3. And I think you get the idea. So again, round 7, you're just doing your 30 double crochets around the back, and I will meet you guys here when we're ready to slip stitch into the top of that row, and we will start on row 8. Just did my 30th stitch in round 7. Remember that this one did count as your first, so we're just gonna slip stitch into the top of that and join the round. For round 8, pretty simple. Chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, and from here you're just going to do back loop only, 2 double crochet 1, 2 double crochet 1. So have 1, 2, and 1. 2 and 1. Go ahead and keep repeating that all the way around this round number 8, and then I will meet you back here when we're ready to look at number 9. We should have wrapped up with your 45th stitch right here, and we're just going to slip stitch to join round 8. And round 9 is basically the same thing, but we are going to also attach these petals if you would like. I personally think it's just a little out of control for these to curl up like that, so I like to attach my picots so that this will lay more flat. So if you'd like to do that, I'll demo that here for you. So we're still going to alternate 2 and then 1, 2 and then 1. Let's chain 3. This counts as our first. And then for this row, we also just want one more just single double crochet there before we start the 2 and 1 pattern. So now we can do 2 double crochets here. And 1 double crochet. And then you'll alternate that pattern all the way around. And then you just want to figure out too your kind of placement of where this is laying naturally to figure out at which point to attach that picot. So I'm not there just yet. I want for my petals to lay kind of straight. So when I'm looking, I think I actually would have wanted to attach it to this last one that we just finished. If you want your petals to kind of bend, you can attach them wherever you would like, really. So this is kind of up to you because it's going to give your flower a bit of shape. So what I'm going to do, in the last video we attached down at the bottom of a stitch. We're going to be attaching at the top. So what we want to do right now is loop through the back of this picot before we yarn over, and then continue on with our stitch. So there we go, and now lastly we'll go through the picot and the loop that was on your hook. And here we are, we've attached that petal. Easy peasy. So just continue with that 2-in-1 pattern all the way around. And I will meet you at the end of this round, getting ready to move on to round number 10. Alright, so we've wrapped up here with round 9. We just need a slip stitch to join. And we're on to round 10. So we are going to chain 4, counts as our first treble crochet, and we're going to do 2 more of those. So yarn over twice. Oops. And then we're going to do 11 double crochets. And here's 11. And then go ahead and do 3 treble crochets again. And that should be your 17th stitch. From here, chain 3. And then you're going to repeat that same pattern all the way around. So chain 3, 3 treble crochets, 11 double crochets, 3 treble crochets, chain 3, and move on to the next stitch. So go ahead and do that a couple times until you are at the end of the round, and I will see you when we're ready to wrap up that block. All right, and we're coming up for that last corner of the round. So if you recall, we started with 3 trebles. So we're going to finish over here with 3 trebles, and you are going to work into this last little baby space. So technically your first and last are going to share a stitch, and that's going to be the only funky thing here. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then that's just going to help that kind of seam up and really not hang too loose there. Okay, so chain 3, whoops, and just go right into the top of your chain space there. And that's actually going to wrap up the dimensions for this block. So as terms of making sure that this squares up to your other blocks, make sure when you border this out that you're adding some stitches here and there, because you want it to have 28 stitches so that we can stitch up to everything else when we join these blocks. So just count that out and do 2 singles in one space, skip 2 singles in one space, and just kind of spread those out. So again, you want to have 28 stitches total per side. But I hope you enjoyed this week's block. It is really, really beautiful. This is the Summer Lily Square. And this is also part 1 and part 2 of this block this week is used in the Summer Lily shawl. So make sure that you head over to Ravelry and Etsy and check out that pattern. Thank you so much.